What's going on, guys? Just a follow-up on the video I posted earlier. So I was able to get the 12 bar from 402 Innovations to actually fit perfect. This is the sub-cage, or a 12 bar I should say, for the first generation Grom, not the Honda Grom SF, because the Honda Grom SF has a cutout underneath down here for that tip sensor. So if you've ever watched any sort of fender eliminator kit that's made for the actual Honda Grom SF, you'll know that that's there and you have to relocate it or whatever it may be, depending on the kit. So I went with this one because I honestly thought I was gonna have to drill 2 holes to line up back here, and right here. That's tucked away under there, but under the wiring. But that actually wasn't the case. It actually, believe it or not, lined up perfect right there and there, and then underneath the wiring there, which was the same alignment to the luggage rack that was on the bike originally, which actually worked out perfect. As you can see, I have the wiring all snugged up nice. I ran out of butt end connectors, so the wiring for the LED strip that's on the 12 bar right there will have to wait for another day or till later. But I was able to get the tail light mounted up, as you can see, and I'll go ahead and get the key for you. I was able to put the Honda carbon fiber decals on there as well. Put that Star Wars decal on the front, and as you can see, it's not there anymore because it came out like crap because I didn't have a heat gun. But I did the matte black one there, so it's just faint. As you can see, the carbon fiber Grom there, and then the Honda Grom, the Honda emblems in carbon fiber to match. But it's nice because they're just faint. As you can see, the decals are matte, so I didn't really want it to stand out a lot. I just want it to be, just barely noticeable, because obviously anybody knows it's not a Honda Grom, but I like the way the decals look on this bike, so I don't really care. All right, so I'm gonna, bear with me, I'm gonna hold the phone here. Brake light, directional, other directional. So hopefully you get the idea. Yeah, looks good. I got this from 402 Innovations, powder coated black, and it looks really, really nice. And then I'll show you, pop the seat on there, because I tucked all the wiring in, but just to give you the idea, that's what it'll look like. So, coming along. Update on the exhaust. Even with that spacer, it just doesn't fit right. It leaves a gap about that much right in here. And the actual plate, that eyelet plate that bolts up to these 2 bolts, doesn't line up correctly. So I'm gonna have to bring it to a shop and see if they can cut the end of the stock exhaust off and weld it to that exhaust to try to make it work, or do some custom thing or whatever. Or I'm gonna have to buy a high mount from the first gen and mount it to this in a different way. But I was able to notice it, to make it work, it doesn't actually have to mount to the rear set like it should on the Grom. There's an actual bolt right there, an eyelet, right there, that it bolts to, and it actually works out perfect because then the pipe's not in the way of the brake lever, so it actually works out well. So that's all I got for now. Still got a bunch of other stuff I'm gonna do, so I'll keep you posted.